Hey, we're here today to talk about the top 5 parks in the Land O'Lakes area in Tampa Bay. Hi, I'm Tim Carroll with Team TLC Mihara Associates Realty, here today to talk about the top 5 parks in the Land O'Lakes area. J.B. Starkey Wilderness Park. Actually, Starkey used to be a big giant ranch off of County Road 54. I actually did some horseback riding back there back in, 2003, I think, was it? Maybe? And they've always had that wilderness park, though. I think the family donated it. And the Pasco County Park has a little bit of everything. It's got wildlife, it's got walking trails, equestrian trails. It's got a lot of 7.5 miles of paved trails, 42 miles of Suncoast Trail, and there's an additional 12.6 miles of marked walking trails. The park is located on the western section of the Green Florida Birding and Wildlife Trail, developed by a local chapter of the Audubon Society, which is amazing. Nearly 150 species of birds have been identified in that particular park. So, if you like walking, hiking, bike riding, that's a park to go to, and you're going to see a lot of birds. Next park we got on the list is one of 3 parks that we're going to talk about that are situated on the Hillsborough River, which has its headwaters in the Green Swamp in Florida. And the Hillsborough River State Park in Odessa, I have a story I could tell you, but we don't have enough time for me to tell you this story that happened to me with a canoe. Another day. But with that said, it's a beautiful park along the river. It's Class 2 rapids. Again, the river. A rarity in Florida, but they do have Class 2 rapids. And there's a canoe launch right there, and you can rent canoes. And really, it's got camping area, it's got picnic areas and more. The one thing you will see there is a lot of wildlife. You're going to see alligators, a lot of alligators. You're going to see a lot of birds, a lot of turtles, a lot of animals are going to be on that river. When you canoe up and down it, I don't really advise swimming in it much up in that area because it's pretty wild up there. But it's a dense hammock forest that changes in elevation, and there's actually a suspension bridge along the river that you can walk over, which is kind of cool. So the Hillsborough River State Park is in Odessa. Again, a lot of folks have a really hard time saying, try it with me, Odessa. I couldn't say it for like 5 years at least. So Odessa, Florida is where you can find the Hillsborough River State Park. The next park on our list, again on the Hillsborough River, is the Lettuce Lake Park in Tampa. Beautiful wooden boardwalk through the Florida swamp. You're gonna see birds, alligators, turtles, things of that nature. Also, there's a lot of deer. Okay, someone just told me that most of the deer up here are not indigenous to Florida. They were brought in here from someone 50 or 100 years ago, and I don't know how true that is. I have to look into that. It may be one of those things on the interweb that's not really true. That's just people putting it out there. There are miles of hiking and biking trails, kayaks and canoe rentals again, and guided nature tours on the weekends at that park. So the Lettuce Lake Park in Tampa is also a very nice place right in Tampa that you can get away to nature. Kind of like Central Park is in New York. The other one is the Morris Bridge Park, again, in that town, Odessa, Florida, which actually right now Odessa is having like a big boom of building over there, and a lot of homes are going in there, over $1 million, some of them. So, because there's some big land and it's really nice out there as far as, wilderness goes. But with that said, another beautiful park along the Hillsborough River. Wildlife abounds, frequent sightings of alligators, turtles, birds along the boardwalk. There's a boardwalk through the property. Trail runners and hikers enjoy the Wilderness Park off-road trail system through the park, and there's also fishing areas along the river, including 2 covered shelters, a boat ramp, canoe launch, the Hillsborough River Canoe Trail through the native cypress trees. Now, cypress trees, where I live in Wilderness Lake, we have the largest cypress tree in Florida right now that's still here. It's called an ancient cypress, bald cypress. And it's the biggest tree you'll ever see, except for going to see a sequoia or a redwood. It's massive, and it's right up here in Land O'Lakes, in the Cody Preserve. Okay, so with that said, that is basically that park. It also has a boat dock and trailer parking. So you could launch your boat, park your trailer, and get out on the river. Okay, so that's the 3 river parks, Hillsborough River Parks that we just spoke of, which is Hillsborough River State Park, Lettuce Lake Park, and the Morris Bridge Park, 2 in Thanotasassa, love saying that, and 1 in the Tampa area. Weedon Island Preserve in St. Pete is pretty unique. An expansive 3,190 acre natural area located on Tampa Bay. Coastal Park has aquatic and upland ecosystem and is home to numerous species of native plants and animals. And there are miles of trails available for walking, which is true, and bicycles are not allowed. And I was there when these birds were roosting. I don't know what kind of birds they had, these big white birds. And I swear we went through a trail to walk, and there must have been what felt like 1,000 birds in the trees nesting. It must have been whatever their time that they do that. I was amazed. Then I got back in my boat and headed back into Tampa Bay to head back where I was. And I had a group of people with me. It was a team event, and all of us could not believe how many birds we saw in one walk through that park. Wow. Like being at Busch Gardens maxed out by 100 times in that park. So with that said, let's see, there's 2 miles of handicap accessible boardwalks and pavements through that park, providing viewing opportunities over saltwater ponds. There's also a 45-foot observation tower at the Weedon Island Preserve. So you get up there on that observation tower, you can see an awful lot too. So I didn't even know that was there. So there you go. So that's my report for today. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I'm Tim Carroll with Team TLC Mihara Associates Realty. If you like the video, please subscribe and ring that little bell down below. And you know what? I'm going to see you in the next video. Have a great day.